Hello, everybody. This is the first episode of the Vegas Vic Show on YouTube, and I'm really excited about it. So, today we're going to jump right into it and talk about some things that are concerning in this country. And I wanted to let everybody know that I do not condone any kind of political violence in this country. I don't condone any negative, violent repercussions against anybody, including politicians. And these are my opinions, so take them as that. I'm going to tag some creators in this. I'm going to try to do some collaborations and some duets. But today, I do want to talk about some very concerning things that's happening in this country. And I just want to introduce myself to everybody. My name is Victor here on YouTube. I go by Vegas Vic because I was born in Las Vegas. And this is the Vegas Vic Show. And I want everybody to know that what we're trying to do here is educate and prepare people for what may be coming in this country. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope cooler heads prevail. I hope that people realize that we are better united than divided, obviously. But there comes a period of time where people do get frustrated and the anger boils over. And accountability starts to vanish. And again, I'm not advocating for any type of riots. Anybody that's advocating for any type of violence in this country, any type of rioting or anything like that, is not somebody you should be listening to. I do believe in defense, home defense, preparation, because a lot of people in this country, they do not have the appropriate stockpiles of food in case of emergency, ways to properly defend yourself and protect yourself and your family and your friends. And that could be anything. That could be weather disasters, that could be economic disasters, political, national disasters, worldwide disasters, both man made and human, and nature, and things that come from the universe. So there's a lot of different things that we have to think about, and a lot of different things that we have to consider. But what is going on right now is deeply concerning. And I want people to understand that we live in a political climate that is very divided. And everybody, I think, knows that. But a lot of people that I follow, there's a specific creator that I'm going to do some content I'm going to talk about. And I feel like it's almost like putting the head in the sand, several people. And what is happening is deeply concerning. It's deeply concerning, but we have to try to do something. And hopefully, yes, we can progress things peacefully. That's the goal. But you have to prepare for the people that may not want to do that, who may cause chaos. And there's enough people in this country, enough proportions of people that could do that, that could disrupt things. And I think it's deeply concerning again. And I just want to let people know that, hey, we have to try to be in this together. We have to try to be in a space that's safe for everybody to come together. Unfortunately, we have an administration that comes from the top. These things come from the top. You know, everybody wants to point fingers, but the messenger is very important here. And Donald Trump is going to be doing a address the nation at 9 p.m. on Thursday, where he's going to spew a lot of lies. And some people are like, hey, you know, this is going to be propaganda, which, yes, it will be. And, oh, it's just Trump being Trump. And I've heard that from the left and the right and the center. But I'll say this: when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. It's kind of like a toxic relationship, whether you're in a toxic relationship with a man or a woman, or you're even in a friendship or business relationship. The gaslighting, not just from the administration, but from others that say, "Oh, well, you know what? He didn't really mean that. That's not what's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. We're just going to sit back and ignore it or tamp it down." You know, the big thing is, well, what we need to consider is that they're flooding the zone. They said they were going to do this. Steve Bannon said it on one of his podcasts that they're going to flood the zone. They're flooding the zone. They're flooding information. So you're overwhelmed and you don't care anymore. And you don't think about getting active because you're overwhelmed and you just want to tune it out, or you just get to a point where, oh yeah, it doesn't mean anything. They don't mean it. That's where they want you. They want you to be inactive. They want you, yes, to be scared to a point. I always say, I'm sure a lot of people follow Ryan Hall. And Ryan Hall is amazing on YouTube. He's got a weather channel, Ryan Y'all, I think that's his name, on YouTube. But he's great. You know, he always says, "Don't be scared, be prepared," and that's the truth. You have to apply that not just to weather disasters or incoming severe weather. You apply that to everything in life. You have to be prepared. They want you scared, yes, but you have to also be prepared for if something happens. Because if you notice that Trump went on, I think it was about a month ago, again, flooding the zone where he was standing in front of them doing construction. You know, they tore down the east wing of the White House, and he's building a military bunker under there. That's what it is. He's just like, oh, it's a hospital. There's going to be all these different rooms for different things, like, you know. And I get upgrading security. You know, they're barricading the White House front door. They're building this bunker, which 100% has the right to do. But when you announce it the way he's announcing it, and then he says he's going to have access to unlimited drones and a helipad, and also a launch facility to launch drones, why would you need that? I mean, let's really think about that for a minute. Why would you need to launch drones? Why would you need to launch these things? You know, so it's not just defensive; it's offensive, and we have to think like that. And they're not like they're hiding anything. They're telling you exactly what they're going to do, and they're daring you to believe it. Some things obviously are not true, and they want you to question things, and that's absolutely your right to question things. But the big thing is you have to keep in mind that you have to really filter stuff. You obviously have to take care of your mental health. But I follow several creators on here. Hawk's podcast is a good one. Harry Sisson. Hopefully I'm not butchering his name, but Midas Touch is a great network. And there's a few others. I can't think off the top of my head. Adam Mockler, he's a good one. I think he's going to be the future of this country. I believe that he will be a possible presidential candidate in the future. That's just my opinion, if he decides to run. He's a superior debater. He is great on knowledgeable facts, and I think he'd be a great leader. He's very young, but Tennessee Brando, I believe that's his name. He's a good one too. Texas Paul and Park Rose. I think it's Park Rose Permaculture. She's pretty good. I've gotten a couple debates with her, a few things. Um, again, I don't condone political violence at all, but unfortunately, this country was built on violence, and that's the truth. And I'm not saying it needs to happen again. More so as like if you're on a defense, if you're trying to defend your property and you're trying to defend your family, that's what I mean. Like, hey, look, something could happen. What are you going to do? If you have people knocking on your door trying to get to you for absolutely no reason besides you're a political opponent. And that could happen in this country, and I hope it doesn't, and I hope I'm wrong about it. But that's the reality of what we got going on. So I'm going to try to make these videos around 10 or 11 minutes. So thank you for tuning in. This is the first video here. I'm going to be uploading some more. Thank you very much for checking it out. If you like what you hear here, please like and subscribe, and definitely look to do a lot more content here. Thank you so much.